I'm just going to wait a few more minutes before I start. Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. Go ahead and get comfortable. I'm very comfortable. Got a little bit of tea. Just here ready to have some fun, play some music. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. How are we all doing tonight? Oh yeah, that's a great idea, Renee. Yeah, go ahead and drop in where you're from, where you're listening from, all that good stuff. All the way from sunny Cleveland, yeah. My house, thank you. Can't imagine what house that would be or who might live in it. Could be my house. Wouldn't it be weird if that was from my house? The call is coming from inside the house, so to speak. Ohio, I see. Yep. Awesome. All right, we got about a minute left before I'm going to start. I'm just going to let people get in if they need to. Give everyone a little bit of time. Sometimes technology gets in the way of our best laid plans. At home in Atlanta, Georgia, great. Hope things are well in the old hometown. For many of you who don't know, I am from Atlanta, Georgia, originally. Alrighty, and it is 7 p.m., so we know what that means. Time to start. So for tonight, I've got just a couple sets, about 3 sets laid out, sort of just a sample of the different kinds of music that I really like singing. So the first set is going to be a set of operatic pieces and classical pieces. That's kind of that's what I majored in college. That was my first love. Opera and classical singing is kind of what got me into singing. So we're going to start out with an aria from an Italian opera called Pagliacci, which is pretty famous. For any of you who don't maybe recognize that title, it's the sad clown opera with the da 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 kind of motive in it. It's pretty recognizable. But fortunately, I will not be singing any sad clown songs today. I'll be singing by a different character in the little troupe of actors. I will be singing the aria by one of the actors who always sort of plays like the leading man, sort of love-struck Romeo kind of parts. And in this aria, he's on stage and he's kind of doing that, like standing under the balcony, asking the girl to come to the window. And he's got like this guitar band playing with him. And you can kind of hear in the introduction, the guitar sort of sounds like it's tuning up. So this is O Colombina, which means "Oh, Colombina," and it's from Pagliacci. Please enjoy. Oh, Colombina, tenero fidor di chi e a te vicin. Dite chiamando e sospirando aspetta i poveri. Oh, Flet of mostra mi chiovo baciar, senza tardar. La tua boccuccia, amor mi cruccia, mi sta a tormentar. Mi sta a tormentar. Oh, Colombina, schiudimi il finestrin, e a ti vicin, di ti chiamando e sospirando il povero Arlecchino. A ti vicin, Arlecchino. All right, thank you. The next piece I'll be doing is another Italian piece by Bellini, and it's called Vaga Luna, which means the shimmering moon. And it's a song about someone who is far away from the woman that he loves, and he misses her very much. But when he looks out into the night sky at the moon, he remembers that she's looking at the same moon, and that maybe brings them closer together. Vaga luna china argenti, queste rive, questi fiori, ed inspiri agli elementi il linguaggio dell'amor. Testimonio sei tu sola, il mio fervido desir, e da lei che mi innamora, con dai palpiti, i sospir. E da lei che mi innamora, con dei palpiti sospir. E da lei che mi innamora, con dei palpiti sospir. I sospir. Dille pur che lontananza il mio dol non vuole dir, chi si nutro una speranza, ella è sol, sì, ella è sol nell'avvenir. Dille pur che giorno e sera, con dolore del dolor, che una speme lusinghiera mi conforta nell'amor. Che una speme lusinghiera mi conforta nell'amor. Che una speme lusinghiera mi conforta nell'amor. Nell'amor. All right, and the final song of this set is by a German composer who did a lot of operas back in his time named Kurt Weill, but he did not write this for an opera. He wrote this for a Broadway musical that he wrote when he moved to America from Germany called Street Scene, and he composed it along with the famous poet Langston Hughes, So it's got great words, and it premiered on Broadway in 1946, and it's all about the lives of a bunch of people who live in a boarding house in New York City. This is Lonely House. At night, when everything is quiet, this old house seems to breathe a sigh. Sometimes I hear a neighbor snoring. Sometimes I hear a baby cry. Sometimes I hear a staircase creaking, a far-off distant telephone, and then the quiet settles back again. The house and I are all alone. Lonely house, lonely me. Funny, it can be so lonely with all these folks around. Oh, lonely town, lonely street. Funny, it can be so lonely with all these folks around. I guess there must be something I don't comprehend. Sparrows have companions, even stray dogs find a friend. The night would be is not romantic. Unhook the stars and take them down. I'm lonely in this lonely house, in this lonely town. Thank you. That concludes the opera and opera adjacent portion of this family fun night. And next, after the street scene, I would like to move into the jazz section. I also really like jazz a lot. And the first song is called Street of Dreams. And I have the sheet music for it right here. I found it in a library clean-out. It was in a free box of music. And I think that something fun about sheet music is that you don't ever have to have even heard of a song. I had never heard of this song before. And I just pulled it out of a box because it was free and because I thought the cover looked cool. And then I took it home and I learned it and I ended up liking it a lot. So this is Street of Dreams. And for the next two sections, I will be playing the piano. I can't do everything, so I can't play some of the more complicated piano parts, but for the next part, it's all me. Please be kind. midnight. You heavy lady, it's midnight. Come on and trade in your old dreams for your new dreams for old. I know where they're bought, I know where they're sold. Midnight. You've got to get there at midnight, and you'll be met there by others like you, brothers as blue, smiling on the street of dreams. Love laughs at a king. Kings don't mean a thing on the street of dreams. Dreams broken into can be made like new on the street of dreams. Gold, silver, and gold, all you can hold is love is sure on the street of dreams. Midnight. Look at the steeple, it's midnight. Unhappy people, it's ringing with joy, it's ringing with cheer. 'Cause yesterday's gone, tomorrow is near. Midnight, the heart is lighter at midnight. Things will be brighter the moment you find more of your kind, smiling on the street of dreams. Laughs at a king. Kings don't mean a thing on the street of dreams. Dreams broken into can be made like new on the street of dreams. Gold, silver, and gold, all you can hold is in dreams. No one is poor, long as love is sure on the street of dreams. The next piece, also a sort of jazz standard, is called Pennies from Heaven, and I think the most famous movie I can think of that uses it is probably Elf. It's on the soundtrack of that, and this is my version of it. Every time it rains pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You'll find your fortune falling all over town. Make sure that your umbrella the things you love. You must have showers. So when you hear thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. And for the final songs on this family fun night, I will be doing some original pieces. And I have always liked writing my own music. I really got into it during quarantine when I had all the time to write songs. And I just think it's neat that if you want to sing something that doesn't exist yet, there are certain things you like in songs, you can just write a song. No one can stop you from writing your own music. And I just think that's neat. If you like high notes, you can write a song with a lot of high notes. If you like fast songs, you can write a song that's really fast. I wrote this song because I really wanted to write a song based on the final few measures of Chanson Triste by the composer Chausson. And I also wrote a poem about when I first started teaching preschool this fall, and I walked into a classroom for the first time that I had to set up all on my own with the help of my co-teacher, and there's all these boxes everywhere, and I'm trying to make this classroom look nice for all the kids who I haven't even met yet. And it reminded me a lot of when I used to move around a lot as a kid, and I found that it was really easy to make anywhere your home as long as you were with people who you liked and you felt happy and you felt safe. And so I thought to myself, I'm going to make this a place where all these kids are going to feel really happy. And I don't even know them yet, but I can tell that we're all going to get along really well, and I can't wait to make memories with them. So this song is called Home Sweet, Almost Home. Might not be sweet, I call it home. Much better than being on your own. Much better than being all alone. And I can't wait to meet you. Do you feel the same way too? Do you feel the same way too? And I've learned that home can be wherever your feet land. Yeah, home is wherever you stand. So if you're still looking, you're not too far. You're not too far. And I've learned life's like a picture book, and when you turn the pages, sometimes you can't go back, and some of the faces fade. But believe me, oh believe me when I say, you and I are gonna be friends. 'Cause love is a feeling, and feelings have no end. Feelings have no end. Feelings have no end. And it's all gonna work out anyway. So go run and play. 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 And the last two songs, they're sort of they're a bit of a part one, part two. I think of them as kind of being linked with each other. There's some motific sort of parts of it that you'll recognize in both songs. The first song is called A Man is Late for His Own Party, and it's about showing up for your own life as your authentic, happiest self. And the second song is called Stargazer. Late for his own party, punchline or parable, it's funny, but it's so terrible. A bunch of strangers who just don't know what to do. He spies them from the safety of his tomb, dancing by himself to music he hears from the other room. Da, 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 won't you come out? Won't you come out? See what this life's all about. Hearing whispered conversations through the walls, you'll never please them all. There's no use running from the fall. No use worrying, the timing is wrong. You've been away too long, and every single night your dreams are haunted by this song. Da 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 life's all about. Won't you come out? Won't you come out? See what this life's all about. Life is a dream, just a dream. Someday you'll see what I mean. Won't you come out? 'Cause it's your party. Of mine, what do you see smiling at me? How I long to be up there with you. The sun comes up and I don't know why, but every time I start to cry, the constellations pass me by. Oh, won't you take me with you? In this galaxy, somehow there's you, somehow there's me. So when I'm searching for the stars, I won't look far. In every stranger's eyes I see a little cosmic energy, the traces of divinity in faces that I know. If I went up there, I'd see the celestial sphere is empty. The stars fell down long ago and landed where we are. So next time I look up at night, I know it's gonna be alright. There's so much starlight in your smiles. They said the cosmos gleaming, sun by day, stars by night. Keep us on the path that's right, and grant us peaceful dreaming until we see keep us on the path that's right, and grant us peaceful dreaming till we see morning light. Thank you everyone so much for joining me at this family fun night. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night.